my roses while I'm here. Rather be loved than feared. Don't really know what's up from here. Just speak up now and save your tears.
So guys, there has been some controversy on what is a pothos and what is not a pothos. And apparently a pothos isn't even a pothos. But we will get into that later. If you're interested, then stay tuned. So this is a pothos. Some of your grandmothers or moms may refer to this as an ivy plant. This is a Scindapsus. This is a cousin to the pothos, but most definitely a different plant. But you can find this plant often mislabeled in your big box stores. And last but not least, we have the Heartleaf Philodendron. This is a plant that is also mistaken as a pothos. As you all know, the pothos is a vining plant as well as the others, but they are always mixed up. The pothos puts out one large aerial root per node. Typically, the nodes are at the end of each leaf, and when a new leaf emerges, it typically grows out of the current leaf that came before it. Here's a close-up of what that looks like, just so you can have an idea of what to look for. So as I mentioned earlier, the Scindapsus is like a cousin to the pothos, so their growth pattern is similar. But at the same time, you can clearly see the difference of the way the vine looks from the pothos. Now as for the Heartleaf Philodendron, the growth pattern is completely different. As you can see, it has multiple nodes that will each push out thin roots. And the main difference is that it has cataphyls, which are sheaths that covers the new growth until it's time to push out. Now the pothos leaf shape is more narrow and has more of a pointier tip at the end, opposed to the Scindapsus leaf, which is much rounder and kind of has a little curve at the end of the tip. Now with the Heartleaf Philodendron, it's a no-brainer. Of course, the leaf has a heart shape. Now there are many varieties of the pothos. It can come in solid colors or marbled varieties. So here we have the golden pothos, and then we have the neon pothos, which comes in a brighter lime green type color, but still holds the same growth pattern and shape. And here we have the snow queen that is more marbled and splashy, but still the same shape and growth pattern, and is still considered a pothos. Now the leaves can grow much larger than what you see here, but here's a fun fact. There are pothos that have smaller leaves, like the Pothos Enjoy. The leaves on an Enjoy pothos typically start out much smaller than your original pothos. But these leaves can grow larger if staked up and grow to its mature size. We also have the Manjula pothos. This pothos is similar to the original pothos, but you can tell the difference by the shape of the leaf. The top of the leaf have more of an indentation crease compared to the original leaf. Now there are many more plant varieties that are considered to be pothos, but I will not be showing them here in this video, even though I have more in my collection, but we're just going to move on to the Heartleaf collection. The Philodendron Heartleaf comes in many varieties as well. As you know, we have the original Heartleaf Philodendron, and it's just an all plain green plant. And then we have his sister, Philodendron Brazil, which has the lime green stripe down the center. It could be kind of a yellow tint as well. But yes, that is the Philodendron Brazil. Moving on to the Philodendron Silver Stripe, it's very similar to the Brazil, other than the stripe down the center is more of a silvery color rather than a lime green or a yellow. Also in the Philodendron family, we have the Lemon Lime Heartleaf Philodendron. This is often mistaken for the neon pothos, As you can see, they are two different plants. Bringing us to the variegated Heartleaf Philodendron, this plant can often be mistaken for a marble queen or a snow queen, etc. But if you remembered how I told you in the beginning how to distinguish the two, this plant you will notice have the heart-shaped leaves. The Heartleaf Philodendron also comes in a velvety texture, and this plant is known to be the Philodendron micans. Same growth pattern and shape, but only has a velvety texture on the surface of the leaves, which is beautiful, by the way. But again, this plant is not a pothos and is sometimes mislabeled as such. Moving on to the Scindapsus family. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the cousin to the pothos. It grows similar, but is indeed different. Most Scindapsus look very similar to one another. If you look at the leaves, they grow a lot thicker than your normal pothos leaves. And although some of the varieties of the Scindapsus look very similar, if you pay close attention, they have different patterns on their leaves. So remember at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that a pothos just might not be a pothos itself. Well, I posted this short that you're seeing now, and I had a lot of feedback in the comments. And to my surprise, this was posted in a pothos group. So this is how that conversation went. Keep in mind, I posted this because a lot of people in this particular pothos group kept posting Scindapsus and Heartleafs as pothos. So I wanted to kind of show them the difference. And this is what was put up under my post. Now, I'm not going to lie. At first, I felt a little bit attacked because, like I said, this was in a pothos group. So I felt like the young lady was attacking me because I was referring to a pothos as a pothos instead of a Epipremnum. I know I butchered that name, but anywho. But after reading the comments a little bit more, the point she was trying to make is that a pothos isn't even a pothos, and that it is definitely an epi, and that we shouldn't call it a pothos because the pothos has its own separate family, if that makes sense. Now, I've never known this to be true, but I did try to take her word for it and look up some information myself. And with looking it up, I really didn't come across too much of anything other than a post that someone made on Reddit. And I mean, you can take it for what it's worth. I'm going to post it here and let me know what you think. Personally, for me, I feel like I need to see more of this being said elsewhere. Until then, tomato. To me, this will always be a pothos. And if you all feel the same way, or if you feel different, leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Will a pothos always be a pothos to you, or would you start calling it an epi? Let me know. And just to be clear, I never claimed to be a teacher. I'm just the plant mama who collects plants. And I'm just learning from experimenting with my own collection and sharing what works for me. But I do respect everybody's opinion, and I say call it what you want to call it. And until next time, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. And happy growing.
I know I make the effort, I try to make it better. This life shit isn't eternal, I never become a burden. I know just how that can feel, I know that it can get real. But my squad are for the turn up, we getting money, the come up. They really all know the deal, one goal is just to stay real.